The crawl. The crawl is something that is painful. Dirt, snow, bits of idle broken twigs, things cast on your fingernails, things mud in your hair, the snow, the ever fucking cold casts around. Juno, you don't know how long you've been crawling, and part of you, no, you do not actually, because you already spent it in scene.
I don't believe I did, but still.
Um,
It's more cinematic. Carry on.
the crawl is even more agonizing as Rustin, for you, almost parallel, as the camera would almost split in half, are running at full speed to your feet, and paws are beginning to bleed down a hill. Both of you almost make it, one of the hare's pace, one of the snail's pace, to a similar open clearing that looks much like this. For as you know, as you're looking around and upwards, as the crawl is even more agonizing, you realize this place is entirely covered in snow now. There was no snow here before. And in your agonizing moments, you perhaps, didn't experience the full wrath of the avalanche. The Red Talons left you for a good number of yards away, hours, maybe even a day. But for Rustin, you are been running and running and running and running. And eventually, you will both collide, with Rustin stumbling, Juno kind of grunting and groaning. As Rustin, you topple over, landing sprawling in Homid form onto the ground. As Juno, you roll over and see a person you recognize, a face, at last. As the Chevrolet kind of lays dry heaving on the ground in pure primal panic. Hyperventilating, covered in snow. Bits of blood, but though not his own. Because that fucking wound that was done to David got sprayed everywhere.
Rustin will hear, first of all, as he kind of topples over, somersaulting somewhat at the speed he's traveling, that the soft kind of cushion as his boot hits her gut sends him flying. That kind of almost not wretched, but kind of heavy cough. That probably just the sheer exasperation she gets from being hit so hard around the solar plexus just forces something out. And he rolling over onto her back in Glabro, just the crawling in Lupus, it's difficult. They're shifting around and just moving as best she can. With the legs not bleeding anymore, but more the frozen blood scabbing over around the back of her hamstrings, just anything. And she rolls onto her back and looks over at Rustin and kind of like tilts her head up.
How is he? He's still not fox fencing, is he?
No, you've worn out of it. By now, you've definitely come out of it. But in that state of pure panic, you have no idea how long time has passed.
It's sort of blank. And as Rustin descends away from that sort of blurry image that's been stuck in his mind, just panic and fear for he's not even sure how long, the first thing that sort of comes into focus is Juno?
She, covered in frost across what's left of her coat anyway. It's kind of bits and pieces torn away. You can see like her hair is even almost the half of it where she was lying down at one point. Maybe she passed out on the crawl. Maybe she just, who knows, the wind. It's kind of frozen, stuck to her head. She just lifts up a little bit. Her eyes is kind of almost trying to focus on you as you're focusing on her as well.
Oh shit! Sweet Christ! Okay, don't move.
Rustin.
Okay. Yeah.
The fuck are you doing up here?
First things first, okay? Just lay down, don't move. And he still has his Gaia breaths, don't he?
You have one left.
One left.
Juno is on 6, I think. I think you took 6 or 5.
Oh.
Sure, why not? Let's say the cold is added to it.
He's probably
fuck
going
it.
to use that. He's probably going to use that Briar's
That's Brian's guess.
Gaia's breath pretty quickly. Try and just refocus
But
himself.
notice it heals. It heals
Yeah.
for the Agaway, so Juno's now sitting pretty on 2. One of her hamstrings is still fucked though, because I remember she got hit both times.
Yeah, and you as you kind of
So-
crashed the iron the fucking got me saying it wrong
Limping,
now.
but no longer crawling.
Yeah, you cracked the guy's breast. You can see bits and pieces of the back of the leg, kind of the heavy grazing and such like that begins to just nip back itself, but the right leg still looks battered from the knee down. She kind of finally focuses on you. Holy shit. You're actually fucking here.
Yeah. Seems we're a mile deep in shit creek right now, alright?
You know what? I've never been so fucking happy to see a Shadow Lord.
I ain't never been so happy to see her get a Fenris. You think you could stand?
You're gonna have to help me up.
Alright. Let's get up, soldier. And he sort of leans forward, trying to get her up as well as he can, considering he's also very exhausted.
So you help each other up slowly. Juno has to now lean on Rustin to get going really anywhere. Leg, even with 2 ag, that hamstring damage. You know what I mean? Like Juno looks down, that thing bit deep.
Yeah.
Right in.
It bit deep, and that cold has not helped it at all.
Yeah. What you will actually notice for Juno's sake, Rustin, you already know what's there. You look up towards the mountains, you notice there's a considerable chunk missing off of it. It's snow-wise. That's kind of cascaded all along the valleys.
She looks up. She's kind of taking in the surroundings. Is it day or night?
It is day.
Fairly
It's-
bright or grim?
Bright. This gives this snow this kind of like reflective shine.
Totally. And she looks up and just kind of like shields her eyes a bit because the reflection of the pure white kind of landscape just kind of like strains her eyes a little bit. Holy shit. That's what that was. Is that you?
In a manner of speaking, yeah. I don't know if anybody else made it. I just kept running.
Fuck.
We gotta start getting away from here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We know where the fuck here is. And for the first time, Rustin takes in the fact that he has absolutely no idea where he is. And he sort of turns around trying to reorientate himself.
Oh, you are where both of you have ended up. You are the south side of the mountain. You are miles away from anywhere the last you saw your people. Miles.
You ready to go home?
Go home. Oh no. Make our way back to Wolfsmar in the direction, and we're going to keep an eye out for everybody else.
Yeah. Okay. You ready to move?
I think so.
Okay. And he starts sort of pushing himself to give her leverage to move forward.
Yep, and she'll, start the ginger first little steps, kind of gaining a feel for the weight on her feet again, rather than sprawled across her knees. And it starts off steady, but she winces a few times. Not wincing, but more gritting the teeth. So that the pain shoots up the back of her legs.
What happened with your...
Alice.
Did anybody else make it?
Alice got washed downstream. Charlotte ran into the woods.
Okay, nothing's confirmed. They're still alive.
Of course, they're
They're
still
gonna make
alive.
it.
They're not dead until I see a body.
Yep. No one here is allowed to die. Goes doubly for you, okay? Because I'm not dragging you 40 miles for you to die with the last 20 still going. Alright? And can I roll something to try and lift your spirits mechanically? I don't know.
Charisma, leadership. Don't forget your pure breed.
Yeah, that's a high pool.
Should be your Galliard.
Yeah. Leadership, that's... Need to get into the party then.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. You know, pretty inspiring.
Very funny. Much wow.
Yeah, you're pretty sure he almost cracks a half smile at that.
So for both of you, give me a perception alertness.
All right, perception alertness. I think it's pretty good.
That's 2 successes.
Lovely. Don't forget womb penalties, Juno, as well.
I was about to say, wound penalties. How about that resist pain? Let's activate that.
That would be good.
So, fuck all of your wound penalties. And it's just willpower, isn't it? If I remember correctly.
You spend willpower.
Beautiful. That's 4 successes.
Cool. Part of the snow is beginning to slide off the side of the mountain you're on.
How quickly?
It's picking up pace. Not like the one you saw, Rustin. By all means, that thing was horrifying. No, this is more of an aftershock, if you get me.
Oh, shit. You see that?
I'm seeing it. Why
Okay,
you stop?
now.
Just kind of like that. She starts to move a bit quicker. They're resisting the pain coming through.
Need Dex Alex rolls from the two of you.
And how high is my diff?
For you, hamstring buddy, you're defeat.
Beautiful.
Just on nothing but nothing. Could Rustin go up to Gladbro? Doesn't affect his dexterity, but just in this harsh environment.
You can spend the rage to shift to Glabro, yes, if you're doing it in a panic.
Yeah, I think I have enough rage to. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
That's a fail.
Okay, roll me your dex thingy, Rustin.
Yeah. Dex athletics. Sorry, just getting anything there. Double check my athletics. It's fine. That's 3.
So Rustin, the Olympic sprinter, after running down a mountain, is just takes off again. Like, oh no. Juno was not ready for how fast he Tom Cruise runs down that fucking laneway. You know what I mean? Like,
am I not carrying her?
No, I don't think you were. You
didn't say you were picking me up and carrying me. You just said you were running, so you bolt.
So Rustin just accelerates down the fucking mountain path. Tom Cruise running at full speed. It's amazing. That's why probably Juno has slowed down because Jesus.
Like she goes to take the first step and he just. It's like, what the? Really?
You ever seen that video of the moose that pulls through the snow? That's what you see now.
Doombug. Took me 3 lethal, and you are pinned.
I am in Glabro.
You are in Glabro.
I did state that. Just making
You did.
sure.
So roll me your Glabro shit. You could have soaked it in Hammond too, but roll me your Glabro shit.
Yeah, totally, but that's 3.
You soak it. You don't take it's the impact doesn't like break any of your bones or anything, but you're pinned down as you know as more snow is beginning to build.
Yeah,
Like
you just-
Rustin, you glance behind you as you're like Tom Cruise running, and you see Juno just get thumped down by one of the large clumps of snow.
Shit.
you just say, Rustin!
He knows as well that he's not making it through this alone. So he spins and starts running up.
Give me a Dex Athletics, Rustin, depending on your success rate. Juno won't get another hit.
Mm.
That's to cover the distance back because you took off. So Rustin,
First.
after doing this amazing Tom Cruise run, begins to trip over things like fuck, shit, fuck, snow, why? As Junebug. Only the one lethal this time, but your difficulty to soak this is 8. You've already been mounted on.
Right. Question, because if depending on what it is, Juno can do some things. What's the where's the damage coming from? Is it the crushing weight or is it
Crushing weight.
crushing weight? All right. Since you can feel the pressure on her, gifts are a beautiful thing. Am I allowed to try and activate Troll Skin?
Gotta soak first.
Gotta soak first. All right. I'll do it. Am I allowed to do it after?
That would be depending on something.
Oh, depending if I die or not. Yeah, sure.
No, depending on something else.
Soaked. 1 at 8.
Make me a willpower check.
Current or
Current. The current with Curtis.
oh,
Okay, you don't start succumbing to the freezing fucking cold. So yeah, no, you can start that roll to activate Trojan now. But do you know that cold is assaulting you? It's like, oh god, you know what I mean?
you get
Ooh,
the second mound kind of just buries what's left of it. It's just like, yeah. And I forgot to roll stamina primal urge.
yes.
Stamina safe primal urge. That is 2.
One.
Div 5.
I did 5. So 2, you get 2 extra dice. So Rustin, you got to make another Dex Athletics roll to get that distance quickly because you can see it's beginning to slump and mound. As Juno, high or low? Because you let out a roar.
Please, high roller, baby.
Okay. No additional snow is beginning to fall, but Rustin, when you look up and see that, some of the snow begins to slowly start to shake. It's not coming down rapid, but it's shaking.
Okay. Rustin is thinking he's going to attempt to pull and actually toss Juno out of the snow as far as he can.
Give me wit survival first, buddy. You got to find her.
Oh, shit. Can I... Oh, no.
With survival, standard diff.
Yeah. Nope. Fail.
Okay, you just like Juno. You can hear him above you, like as wave number 2 comes. Number 3 hit Rustin too. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for both of you. Lethal. You can soak it in Hamid Raz as well. You can soak lethal in Hamid form. But you're in Glabro too, so yeah, roll your shit. I'm just making sure you guys remember that.
3.
Okay, you take Juno that hurt. Your chest. You know what I mean? Yeah, Rustin, you kind of get knocked back. You're not pinned down, but you're starting to get stuck.
Okay. I took 3.
So what you doing? What do you do? Juno, you're starting to get buried.
Can I do anything?
You can roll me a strength athletics, but it's a high diff because you're now fighting upwards. It will be like difficulty 8.
Can I assist by digging downward?
I would say Raz, give me a wit survival roll first, and this might help Juno's difficulty because now it's difficulty 9. So depending on your successes, you could bump it down a diff or 2.
That's 2.
Okay, Juno, it's now difficulty 7. But you need the threshold of now 2 successes to get your hand out for Rustin to see it.
Can I shift or not?
Shifting. You can spend rage to shift. Metamorph. You could theoretically shift. It's just going to be that's a lot more weight that's going to press down on you essentially, because it's going to adjust.
That's all right. That's fine. Just asking if it was a possibility.
It is,
but
but
no,
you
she's just gonna
have to take more weight will start coming down on you because more of the snow will move
totally.
at rapid pace.
Yeah, no, she's just gonna go for the strength check. Is it strength?
Strength, athletics. I'm going to say.
Athletics is that. 3 successes. Diff 7.
Okay, you stick the hand out, Rustin. There's the hand. Like you see this furry, bloody hand just stick its way out, kind of almost rapidly searching, like gasping, like clasping.
Wait, what form is Juno in?
Glabro.
Glabro, okay. In the immortal meme word, yeet, he's going to grab her and toss her. Like, pull her.
Now, okay, I need 2 rolls from both of you. For Rustin, strength athletics. For Juno, stamina athletics.
Stamina athletics. Troll skin count or not?
Trollskin does not count in this one.
Wonderful.
But Juno's diff is diff 7, Rustin's is diff 8, because you're pulling against raw
1 success.
upward friction.
Fail.
Okay, Juno, soak me 2 levels of lethal. As Rustin, he gets you out, but oh god, do you know what I mean? That was a painful process.
Soaked.
It's you don't theoretically take any damage. Theoretically, give me another willpower roll, Juno, because you're being yanked through freezing cold snow and freezing cold everything.
If a 6 counts.
You're now at a +1 perception wise. Mental rolls like intelligence, perception, wits are now all +1.
Lovely.
But that cold is starting to tick at your brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's wrenched out, covered in bits of like the kind of compressed.
Doesn't let you rest. He keeps sort of pushing and pulling you, and
if you're pushing, you're gonna say no. She's fucking getting out the way.
So as Rustin finally gets you out, you kind of huddle up. You start to look up, right? High or low, everybody?
High roller, baby. High roller, baby.
Yeah.
Okay, 6. That's not too bad. That's another wave. It's slowing, but that's another one. What are you guys doing?
Running.
Run. Just
To the nearest trees.
Just run.
Yeah.
Give me Dex Athletics for both of you. Difficulty 7 because you're traversing through that snow now.
That's 2 successes.
All right, Jesus, Rustin. When you're told to run away, you excel.
And then Juno, the cripple, just appears flying by him with a.
Yeah. I mean, it's careful. It's all about the careful steps. So you kind of guys have to kind of take big lunges, to be careful not to drop your feet. Junior kind of a bit more spry, so you're kind of diving. But as you look behind you, you notice it thumping down as both of you get a reasonable distance away. Juno, another willpower.
9, 10, 8, 7.
All right. The cold is still getting at you, but it's not starting to really pick at your brain. But Juno, you're shivering badly. As you clear a reasonable amount of distance, and you kind of run into what looks to be, I'll actually show you even in the picture, you start to run into these small little clearings of woods. You look behind you as more snow is beginning to thump down, bits of branches are beginning to thump as you're kind of running through again and again. Each pace getting a bit more aggressive. As Rustin, you look over your shoulder and you see Juno shivering as you kind of stop momentarily to kind of look behind you.
It is not good. He can assess. Are we still like on the move? Or
You've
have
kind
we-
of momentarily kind of like leaned up against one of the trees. You've been a good distance away. You reckon
Yeah.
you should be safe in terms of the wide range, but yeah, it's kind of you guys are panting heavily. You even see the cold starting to bite.
Tell me you're doing good.
Define good. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, breathing. That's good.
I'm good at that. Alright. So you take a look back, seeing it. It's still crawling down the mountain, or is it
Yeah.
slowing down?
It's crawling down.
Alright. We got headway. Oh, fuck. It's gone. Alright. Need to get further down. Somewhere where it's flat. Somewhere. If it's going to get down there, it'll flatten out.
Yeah, you should change up, Lupus. You're gonna need every fur coat you can.
Let's keep fucking move. Let's go.
So, both of you, as you're beginning to take off, give me another Dex Athletics, except this time, my buddy, old pal, old friends. Difficulty 8, because you're going downhill.
And Juno will, in fact, shift to Lupus.
Yep, that's fine. Difficulty 8 either way.
But Metamorph. I get more Dex dice.
Okay.
4.
You guys begin to make your way downhill, vaulting left and right, jumping left and right. Oh dear. So as you begin to move down, you've made your way carefully down. You're not rolling down the hill. You're gliding and cresting down very slowly. As you guys get closer, I need both of you now to make me a perception alertness difficulty 6 for Rustin, difficulty 7 for Juno, for a little mental thing at the minute.
Probably. Difficulty 7, including Lupus or not?
Including Lupus.
Including Lupus.
Mm-hmm.
5 successes.
Okay, that's more than fine.
1.
So, for Juno, Dex Athletics again, difficulty 7. For Rustin, difficulty 8.
1, 2, 3, 4,
3.
5.
Okay, you guys vault, and you just narrowly see it. Like the snow begins to separate and fall crest down, going down the side of the hill. You both jump, like Juno in Lupus form, which gives her that more height and dexterity, so she vaults. Rustin actually makes it surprisingly in Glabro form, makes a very good, like, woof, lands down. As you begin to look around, you notice that part of the hill is even beginning to collapse as well due to the additional weight and geometry of the snow that's after landing. What do you guys do?
Keep moving. And yeah, just carry on fucking getting down.
Okay. Dex Athletics, difficulty 9.
Jesus. Oh no! Oh, that's a quadruple dodge.
Oh no! Oh my God, Rustin made it!
I'm dead.
Oh,
that's a quad
no.
botch.
Oh no!
That's a new record for me, but
Oh
fucking jeez.
no! Oh no! Okay, hang on a minute.
So my
now.
next Ragabash.
For my next Ragabash will be. Just give me a second. I gotta get the right picture for what Juno's about to see.
Juno, it's been an honor and a pleasure.
That was.
That's impressive. I ain't even mad. That's impressive.
Yeah, that takes talent. That does right there, man. I didn't even know how to react to that. I'm just
I
like,
knew you
wow.
had it in you all these years.
I was like, that was Jesus. Right, just give me 1 second. 1 second now, and I'll get the right picture for what Juno's about to see.
All right, I can. That's always as impressive as the willpower roll, 5 successes, 5
yeah,
tens.
the 5 tens. Yeah, when Sarah gets ascended.
He became the God Emperor himself. I am resolute.
Okay, I just gotta find the right picture to just give Juno the perspective of what's about to happen. Because you quad botched.
I quad botched.
While diving down the hill.
Yeah.
This is, like I said, I gotta get the right picture.
I was
not ready. I feel like the soundtrack I have for this that I put in the side, the bit where the operatic bit kicks in, that's probably going to be Juno's face at the minute when she realized.
Also because I said it last week. You know how I mentioned gravity hasn't tried to kill me yet? Well,
yep. Here we go. I'm gonna name this Juno Cliff botch there.
For fuck's sake.
Quad botch, man. I'm fucking stunned.
I'm gonna be a bit more than stunned, I think.
Damn, nature. You scared. For somatics, right? You guys are moving. Rustin, you take a vault, and you realize just at the end you manage to skid and catch right at the end as you look down at this gnawing chasm. Juno, however, coming down and she's sprinting and sprinting and sprinting, and she sees Rustin skid, and then finally, as the last of the snow crests over her paws, she looks down and realizes that she floats midair. She's tumbling all the way down that cliffside. All the way down. As Rustin, you look like in this, you know what I mean? As Juno just goes over with this like outstretched like posture, she realizes what's about to happen. She tries to turn, and this is the second botch. Bashes her paws off, so she ends up taking a chunk of the rock with her going down. Juno. First impact.
Question.
Yes.
Because, well, I would like to make a request. Because I feel like she is a quick thinker, and she does have a merit. If I make a roll, because it is a quad botch, I'm not going to say give it me for free, but if I make like I don't know wits or something, I shift?
It will be a wits prime large roll difficulty 8 because you botched.
Totally, but I will take the chance.
What you're telling me is there's a chance,
and I'm going to take it.
I'd like to just.
Oh yes, 2 successes.
So you shift to Krynos, right? But your first impact is still 7 lethal because you're going down.
Yep.
It's
I'm soak.
7 lethal straight off the bat. That's the first. Did you see that? I'll actually zoom in the picture. Is that a little cliffside right there? That little thump there?
That's falling on me.
Yeah, right there.
Oh. Big money, no whammies. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That's fine. The next one, 14 levels of lethal.
Yeah. Right. I got this.
Y'all some crazy jokers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
14. What's 14?
I take 8 levels of lethal.
I need a rage heal. So how much rage are you on? Because you took damage. Keep that in mind, and you were on rage previously.
Took damage. I imagine because of how long she's been crawling, the rage would have gone down.
I will be nice. You're going to
be nice? I'm on 10 rage then.
No, hang on. I'm going to be nice and say that you were on 4 rage meeting Rustin, and you've taken 2 rage. Yeah, I'll give you 2 rage.
2 rage from damage.
Yeah.
All right.
So you have 6 rage.
6 rage.
Okay. You have Breath of Gaia.
I do. It's difficulty
Roll
6.
Difficulty 6. Roll me your rage.
Fingers crossed.
You're gonna get if you make this, you're gonna get a gnarly ass battle scar, man, because that was a fall.
God. That's plenty of successes.
Yeah. But oh god, you land right. And you go you don't land like Rustin. You see, she does not land gracefully. There is no gracefulness about this. You just go boom, roll, and then boom, and there's just thundering shud as you melt immediately to Hamid. You're nearly dead. Your face hit the side of it. You are now reduced to appearance 1, and you're missing an eye.
Yep. And as Rustin looks over the cliff, all he sees is just the kind of the rolling body as the impact hits, the kind of bit of frosting from the snow at the bottom kind of poofs up, and as the kind of almost not grow the Krynos groan as it kind of shifts down, and you just see the body of Juno just kind of roll out from underneath. I mean, it looks like she's still breathing, but she is
barely.
Yeah.
I will add that barely.
I mean, you can see like the breath coming out of her mouth just a bit, but it's fast, it's rapid.
Her arm is bent, like the bones are actually jutting out. The leg is like shattered looking. Where she hit the side of her head, there's just blood and retinal fluid leaking out. Half of her face is fucked. Like, because you know the way when you skid and hit rock and it just grinds? Yeah. It's, oh God. You know what I mean? So for Tom, you are now, you are missing your left eye, and the half of your face is just fucking scarred the fuck up. So you're down to appearance 1 rating. And you're missing an eye. Just on sheer impact alone, like. Because I think that's the fairest thing to do because of the way you landed.
I'm more than happy to take that.
And you healed a certain good number of it, so you're not actually suffering brain damage. Thankfully, if you had healed, I would have put this into perspective. You healed 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If you would have healed 1 less, I would have had to give you some sort of brain damage.
Shit.
Yeah, I mean, falling from that height is no joke. You know what I mean?
Rustin has no words and wastes none either as he immediately attempts to climb down or find a way down.
All right, buddy. Are you going to climb or are you going to try find a way?
Find a way first.
Okay, give me a wit survival check. Actually, no. Perception. I'll be nice. Perception.
You're taking time.
Oh, well then never mind. How much?
2 9s.
Oh, look at that. And you got... It takes Rustin some time. It really does. Because you got, like, that was a drop. That was a plummeting drop. And by the time you get down to Juno, she's barely moving. Like, there's twitching. You know that twitching when your nerves are damaged? Like, that type of twitching. Juno, you're barely conscious. You're in and out. Like, you can barely see. You are in that much pain that your nerves are even shot to shit. You don't even feel it.
You said you had a guy's breath.
Gaia's breath wise, you used it already on Juno.
Before. Oh, I thought Juno had one.
No, Juno does not.
Okay, sorry, I misheard. But she's breathing. Can you do just a medicine check? I'm just like,
give me an intelligence medicine there, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, he obviously this bitch be fucked, but
this bitch be dead.
Dead.
Do I look dead to you, motherfucker?
What's the difficulty?
It would be difficulty 5.
Okay, then it's difficulty 6 because I only have intelligence.
Oh, god damn it! All right, then you can't make the roll. So,
really?
Yeah, it's knowledge. So from your professional medical opinion, this bitch is dead. Or close to it. So you kind of kneel down, and I'm gonna say what the person who's never had her eye is missing. You having to see the little discard made of it over at the side.
It is disgusting. It never stops being disgusting. But he has seen. I mean, he's seen IDs.
It's just you've seen a drop, but Jesus Christ, you know what I mean? Like you've seen some shit, but Mother of God, that was a. You can tell that's a rage heal, by the way, Rustin. In your current experience, that eye's not coming back. And when she kind of lifts her face, kind of half up, barely even move, like you see the horror of the left side of her face. Just oh shit, ooh, fuck me. You know what I mean?
even there, Juno? He sort of snaps his fingers, seeing if he's even getting a response from her one remaining eye. Like, is it actually following his finger, or is it we're dealing with?
Hey, buddy. Hey, Juno. Hey, June.
You did?
Juno.
She's yeah. You kind of roll her onto her back. You know, the face looks at you like the good half of it. You know, it turns. You see her right eye open. It's kind of like where it's focused, like she's looking at you, looking past you. The eyes start to roll into the back of her head. Then, like, you can see the left side of her face. It's like, oh god, and it's just the shredded mess that it is, and just the covered in blood with the fluid leaking down the side of her temple, like just matting her hair full of blood and snow and frost. As she just looks at you.
Okay. I'm gonna have to move you. And he looks around. Is there a stick of sizable proportions laying around here? Because I'm seeing trees and shit. So I'm wondering, is there...
There's big. I'll put it this way: there's big ass trees, but there's not a stick. I'll use my most valuable weapon, a stick.
Can he go and just break off a sizable branch? Just
You can
nearby?
shift to Krynos to do it. Yes.
Yeah, might as well. And he breaks off the branch. And I was gonna say he's gonna do something, but considering he has no medicine, that wouldn't make any sense to try and tourniquet or sort of...
I mean, turn it. I'm gonna put it like this: you
not,
can.
not tourniquet, but
I'm
stabilize it.
I'm gonna put it like this, Rustin. For the lack of medical knowledge that you have, her bone sticking out of one of her elbows. Ooh, 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 fucking ooh! I don't want to pop that back in.
Yeah. In that case, he'll just give her a sizable chunk of that branch to bite down on when he lifts her.
So for Junebug, while Rustin is off getting his stick, you look up as Rustin begins to come back. You're kind of bleary-eyed. You can barely see. Like, even basic memory seems fuzzy. As you look up, and as Rustin calls over, that's not Rustin coming over. Just a kneeling down. He just kneels down right in front of you, much like Rustin is doing right now to Juno, and saying that you need to do something. He'll just lean down, staring at you.
She kind of like takes a second, the one eye blinking, the other one just kind of like the eyelids effectively ripped off. Just looks up and there's almost like tries to speak, but just the wind in her lungs can't seem to breathe. Just kind of like a raspy kind of exhale as she reaches, like tries to reach forward towards him.
And as you try to reach forward, Juno ends up touching your wrist, Rustin.
His eyes start to connect to hers. So it's gonna be okay. But do me a favor and bite down on this, will you?
As your dad, Juno, leans down. Open your mouth, sweetheart.
You see there's a slight, almost twinge of movement, almost like a nod. The fact that the muscles just can't contract anymore or anything. And she, the jaw dropped slowly.
I said, good. Now just bite down as hard as you can. The count of 3, I'm going to pick you up. Right? 1, and he does it on 2.
Yeah, and as she's lifted in seriously,
He takes a sort of a second to find his footing. One of his feet sort of immediately bouncing back and sort of shaking on the uneven snow that's just been catapulted down the mountain. Okay. There's 59 miles to go. He starts walking forward.
So where are you going exactly, Rustin?
The direction we were headed before that.
Back the way you came, back up the mountain?
Oh, I thought, wait, which side did we get washed down on?
The south. You've been running, so you're probably southeast.
And which direction was it back home? Or where we...
North.
And he's going to have to crest the mountain and make his way north.
So you begin to crest the way mountain. Eventually, though, I need a stamina check from you, old buddy, old pal, old friend.
Yep. Just pure stamina.
Pure stamina. Pure stamina in whatever form you're in.
Isn't glad, bro.
Yes, so roll your glabro stamina, Rasmus. Did you roll it, Raz?
I hope that's not his role.
Yeah. That's your glabro stamina? What the fuck? That's all the Juno hears now at the side of her eye.
Yeah.
The empty eye. Raz!
He's just topping up, or
Probably. Need to recover from falling off the cliff.
here, Juno, take some of this.
Hand through the cocaine. Juno's one eye finally like.
Just pulls it in the eye socket. Straight to the brain.
Juno's eye regrows back with pure cocaine.
But I think he's dead.
No.
I think we lost him. Yeah, we lost him.
There we go.
All right then. So,
All right, June bug.
my point of view then.
So for you, June, you don't see your dad this time. You see Lena in the battle scars, like reach over and touch the side of your face and your eye. It feels weird and it feels foreign, as if she's almost passed through you.
Just as Rustin is kind of carrying her back, he'll just hear the faint kind of.
Rustin, roll me your glabro stamina if you're alive. Oh, look at that! You got 2 successes. It's a tough fucking walk, man.
Yeah.
And you're starting to hear howls in the distance.
There's really nothing to say. It's no energy for anything else other than just focusing on one foot in front of the other as quickly and steadily as you can.
Dex survival, buddy. Difficulty 8 because you're carrying the crippled, nearly half-dead Juno. Those howls are just echoing around the place.
That's 1 success.
For Juno, the hounds sound like this Nordic chanting that's almost cascading around the landscape. As you kind of fade in and out, stretching your hand towards these hollow holes as you kind of touch the doorway.
And Rustin will see her. Though just the slight movements of like trying to reach out, kind of just in front of her. So I imagine he's carrying her. I don't know how is he carrying her actually?
Sort of over his shoulders.
Fireman's lift. All right, so yeah, over your shoulder, you can feel like her abdomen moving slightly, and the arms that are just kind of dangling against your back. One of them, you feel one of them start to move upwards, just slowly, almost like she's just grabbing at the air behind you.
As you can hear the wolf pack howling, Rustin, as you close your eyes, part of you maybe is accepting death. You do hear something coming from the trees, like a branch snapped to your left. As a figure clad in fur, matty hair, big beard, kind of steps out, raising a rifle. Just
he stops, sort of. If you're gonna shoot, don't miss.
he'll tilt his head to the side, sniff. Oh, for fuck's sake, they brought a fucking Shadow Lord out here. And who the fuck is that?
He sniffs. Can he sniff anything off?
Child of Gaia.
Uh,
This doesn't look like any Child of Gaia you ever seen, though. Covered in, like, the wilderness, essentially.
What's one of the children doing all the way out here?
Keeping you people like you alive. Your friend dead?
He sort of looks over his shoulder, sort of not gives it a shake, but just shrugs his shoulders, see if any movement.
Over and when he looks into Juno's eyes, Juno, you see Lily smiling.
No, she, is the half smile back, or what she imagines is the half smile back, and they're kind of like almost laughing through her teeth, not a laugh, just the single, just kind of like breath outwards, smiling towards her. As just that split second, again, the one good eye rolls into the back of the head again, and she just fucking loses it, goes out.
Listen, I'm not in a position to decline any help. And we would appreciate it.
Come on. Puts the rifle over his shoulder and starts to walk into the woods.
Come on. Keep going, Juno. You don't get to sleep. I have to carry your fat ass. He follows.
So you begin to trek your way through the woods very slowly. You come to this small little cabin by one of these more large glacial valleys. It's so small and dented, like in the landscape, it's almost daunted by it. From Juno's perspective, two people are walking alongside you. One is Gemma, to your left side. And to your right, Junebug. Her hair silver. Her eyes as bright as you ever saw them, but the face healed.
Yeah, and she's walking through. She turns and looks at the two of them. Looks at, I kind of notices Gemma first. Smiles down at her. reaching over to squeeze her on the shoulder a little bit. Reaches towards Freya just to kind of interlock her hand with hers.
Rustin, Juno holds your hand.
Doesn't say anything, but squeezes it back.
As eventually the door opens and you place Juno in the small little wooden cabin, the inside, it's got bare bones to it. Bits of fur, bits of, food, some stuff in the pot. As he'll close the door over. Get out of the way, Shadow Lord.
Doesn't take much convincing to just... Is there anywhere he can sort of sit?
Yeah.
Chair?
Small, like a bed and two carved wooden chairs.
He just collapses on one of the chairs.
You'll kneel down in front of Juno. The rage. Is that much? Is that much? Most of Juno's damage begins to heal, though Juno herself is still fading in and out because taking a massive head wound like that, it's going to take her time to wake up properly and come back to her senses. But the damage done to her, as you notice, he rubs his hand very gently all over the side of Juno's eye, and the damage itself fades, but that hideous missing eye and the hideous side of her face that's permanently almost mauled and snarled is still there, Rustin, much to your dismay.
You're gonna be okay.
For Juno's perspective, as Rustin says that, it echoes out to her father's voice, just staring down at her.
And she still not got the breath to say anything. There's just a single smile. The one good eye kind of glosses over a little bit as she reaches upwards towards him.
Rustin, Juno's reaching towards you.
Finds it a bit odd, but he sort of scoots the chair closer and snaps up her hand in between his, gently sort of rubbing them.
And she almost seems to instantly relax when you take her hand.
The man, bearded, are you two back?
No. Just survivors.
Rustin, you are up against the wall in almost a blink of an eye. Just boom.
Okay. Do I roll stamina here?
No.
Okay.
But that was fast.
He gets his air taken out of his lungs.
Powerful. That's what you just feel. Boom.
Yeah. He just basically...
Now, you're going to tell me what the fuck you're doing here, Shadow Lord. What mess you've caused. What you and your Fenrir friend have been doing. Because I'm hearing avalanches. I'm hearing fights. I'm hearing all sorts of things. I've been delayed getting here. Delayed. Did you cause that avalanche up there, Shadow Lord? Did you begin to ascend up the wall? Again, is his hand just... He lifts you by the scruff of your collar as you just go up and up and up and up.
And he doesn't know this person, obviously. He's just going to give... He manages to just barely squeeze out the word Pentex. I'm guessing he's in a bit of a chokehold.
So you just say Pentex.
Yeah, basically.
Pentex.
Operations in the mountains.
What sept you belong to, boy?
Good question.
Heartsfire.
I don't.
Except the Heartsfire.
Except of the house fire.
Mm. You don't smell like no get. She does. Stinks of it.
Oh yeah. She is.
All right then. But I'm gonna make one thing clear to you, Shadow Lord. When you're in my house, you get along.
And he actually dislodges his hands that sort of been held and sort of in a peace sign. Both hands clearly out. Understood.
Set you down very slowly and just pat you on the shoulder. There you go. Turns and looks down at Juno, tilts his big bearded head and rubs his beard. Mother son of a fucking... Make a fucking... punches the wall. How many were in your
Rustin
company?
goes to just double check. Two with me. And does he know how many were with Juno? He must have seen them.
There was Alice and Charlotte. You know, Melanthe was heading in that direction as well, the Black Fury.
Yeah. Two with me, two with her, another one headed in general same direction.
Let me guess, they're all dead, aren't they?
We got split up. Unconfirmed. At least one of us took a fall down the river. I don't know what happened to the others.
You'll kneel down and inspect Juno's eye. Well, if he's anything like her friend here. That's another one gone back to the homeland. This one will live. Barely.
Better than being dead early.
Out here, it's considered a blessing. You're in no condition to travel. You'll die. Particularly with the Talons out there.
You suggesting a plan?
Well, first of all, you two are going to stay here. Then both of you are going to explain to me what the fuck's going on. So get into the bed, and sleep. And if I hear one mumbling peep, remember what I said.
Just gives a curt nod.
So he'll get up and walk out, picking up the rifle and walking back outside. So Rustin, you set down the bed and you are just gone. In the early morning, Juno, you wake up first, mainly because Rustin has been like hauling ass. When you wake up, Juno, one side of your sight is now black. You kind of look around and you only feel the one eye kind of like dirk, dirk, dirk. You feel this great gnawing pain on the side of your face.
And she kind of sits up in the bed, just the headache splitting through her skull, taking that much of a beating. Even still, and she just kind of reaches up, almost just instinctively, to rub her eye, and it's just the kind of feeling of tracing along the eye socket bone, and just the feeling, the kind of
it's incredibly painful. because
Yeah, the kind of the burning sensation. She like, fuck. It's kind of like again readjusting her eyes to the light, and then only realizing that she can only see half the room, no peripheral vision on one side. Just fuck. Shit.
How much noise is she making?
a lot, I imagine, because touching
Okay.
a raw nerve and hissing, that's quite painful.
At this moment, Rustin is sort of shaken out of his sleep, and he almost bolts out of the bed, clearly glad to be rid of whatever it was he was dreaming of.
You know what you were dreaming of, Rustin? The howls. You never stop hearing them. Those menacing, menacing howls in the night.
Shit, Juno. Okay. Try not to move.
Where are we? What happened?
Safe for now. It was getting dark. Only a matter of time before the Red Talons would be on our tails.
What happened? I can't.
How much do you remember?
Avalanche. Trees.
It took you over the cliff.
She kind of looks up over the cliff.
Yeah. It was not a smooth landing.
She just kind of doesn't say anything, but pulls up one of her hands, just very, very gently, just takes it along the kind of down the side of the jawbone across the cheek, just the gritting of the teeth as sore wounds are gently touched.
He said you were going to make it. Guess he was right.
Yeah. How bad is it?
It's when Juno asks that, the door flies open like someone kicks that fucking thing open. Just boom!
She whirls.
Big, burly, bearded man. Looks a bit like if Chris worked out 100 times a day. You know what I mean? That type of muscle. Essentially, it's Chris on steroids. You know what I mean?
Totally.
Walks in, shoves the Shadow Lord about a fucking, like, Rustin, you catter into the bedside, and boom! Which one of you motherfuckers skinned the wolfkin around here? Which one was it? Was it you,
What?
Shadow Lord?
Second. What are you talking about?
Wolves skinned. Garou skinned. Hung up on fucking display. Almost as he turns and looks right at Juno like a blood fucking eagle.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, that's not why we were here.
You doing what I think you're doing? Getting a little blood revenge on the lupus again?
No. We came here to investigate the logging company because our kin has gone missing. That's all.
They were killed.
You're all killed.
Along with everybody else who worked for the logging company.
Apparently, this company was tainted. Something was fishy about them.
Yeah, they've been coming here for the past year.
Well, we had kin set up investigating them. We came out. to come find out what happened to the kin. They hadn't heard from him in days, weeks.
And you all walked into Red Talon territory.
That would seem to be the case.
Rubs his beard again, clenching his fists, like puts the rifle down very tenderly.
You said they've been coming here for a year,
About
right?
that. Maybe a bit
What
more.
was the Turner? What's the name of? Should I activate the perfect recall here for the name of the doctor?
It's Dr. Ashcroft. You would have heard.
Ashcroft. Okay. Okay. Does the name Dr. Ashcroft mean anything to you?
Shake of the head. I don't leave alone. I don't leave them alive enough to talk.
And he looks over to Juno, who hasn't actually heard this information because they weren't really talking yesterday. Just running. I heard some Pentex first assault team talk about it. It seems he's
Pentex.
We haven't got time to sit down and explain Pentex.
I know basics. It's kind of
he's heading the operations.
Well, that's great. That's just swell. But more importantly, if it wasn't you motherfuckers who started a war with the goddamn Red Talons by skinning one of their own, who was it?
I don't know.
You see,
I saw
turns.
Danish Pentex. Autopsies, skinned wolves, Black Fury and Red Talon.
Why would they skin him and leave him out in the woods on display?
To make our lives easier?
And clearly you don't know how they operate.
Since we were just here for recon. Find out what happened to our kinfolk and report back. We're not looking for a war, we're just looking out for our own people.
Yeah. Well, the war's already starting. Because someone came into their territory and they did what wolves do best. And now, I don't know. A couple of days dead, skinned. Even the kin, the lupus kin, weren't spared. Now, I haven't found anybody. The first two people I find are you two. One extremely wounded and a Shadow Lord.
Saying you don't trust us?
Why would I trust the Shadow Lord? And more importantly, why would I trust a fucking Get of Fenris who smells like I know where she's from?
She just looks up. Probably further south. We were
You want to trust us. Because right now, there's a bigger enemy out there. And the wounded get a Fenris. And a Shadow Lord.
Hey, Rustin starts to talk. Gets it. He passes that willpower. Oh boy. Willpower? No, I rolled wrong. Why did I roll 10? That's not a ball attack. To roll willpower first. Here. You. Passes. Now he rolls his brawl.
Yay.
Rustin.
So, where's my cap fucker?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 levels of bashing.
Okay.
He knocks you on your ass essentially as you take 6.
Yeah.
It's just boom! Like one savage fucking right hook. Like you fall back onto the bed, like jaw busted, like he cracked your jaw essentially.
Yep.
Just takes a breath. I got that out of my system. No, that's fine. It's out of the system. It's out of the system. All right. Now I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. It says calmer. Now. Your kin are dead. Their kin are dead. In fact, the Wendigo kin are dead. A Guru is dead. 2 Guru, from what I hear, are dead.
All I know, we went to investigate the logging camp. Saw what we needed to see. Started making our way back when the storm hit. That's where they came out. Obviously on their land. They chased us off. We got split up. I kind of lifts up her leg. There's still a bit of very shallow kind of cuts where it's not fully healed yet. I caught up. And they left me to die in the wilds. I'll make it back. And I've been crawling south ever since. I don't know what's happened after seeing that camp. The past few days, all I've seen is woods and snow. Until luckily, someone I know that looks at Rustin.
He's knocked out.
No, kind of looks at Rustin, who's splayed out on the bed.
Spread eagled.
No.
From the same sept. Up here for the same reason. Finds me. After a few avalanches, I heard them through the nights crawling through. I don't know what caused them. I don't know what's killing these kin. Gara.
Well, we know what's killing the Wendigo and the Red Talon.
Why?
Originally, with this new thing. If they're skinning the Guru and leaving them up into place, it means something else is there. Now I've already heard one of the other, they found a grave out in the wild.
Only one.
Only one.
Someone out there.
I hear the Wendigo are getting all sorts of up in the tizzy, and I hear there are shootings going on. So whatever your group has done, or perhaps maybe, I don't know, something seems to have stirred up folks around here. And I hear Wolfsmar gathering an army. So, I'm going to put it into perspective like this. He clenches his fist and cracks his knuckles. In what right mind did you bring a Fianna out into the wild, near Wendigo and Red Talon territory? Because that grave, that cross of whatever the fuck, Bridget or whatever the fuck it is,
She just nods. Didn't make it.
evidently. Now, that's 2 Garou dead. And another bunch of kin dead. And let me guess, you're all going to go back to your sept and start a war over this now because the Red Talons killed your kin.
I'm not going back to the Sept.
What are you going to do then?
I'm going to find my friends.
Right.
And we're going to find out who's killing these kin.
Mm-hmm. And after you do that,
I don't know.
you don't know.
No.
Right. Or is it something you don't want to say?
I'm not hiding anything in here.
Because I don't understand you getting all hot-tempered over your kin being killed.
I'm hot-tempted of my kin being killed. But something else going on out here.
Really?
Bigger.
Really? You think I don't know that, Fenrir?
I think you know that.
I think I've been working towards this, and then suddenly Wolfsmar decided to send out a bunch of rookies. And psychopaths.
What do you want me to say about that?
He walks over, looks you right in the eye, essentially one eye in the hole. What I want is your guarantee. And if we go solve that problem and you guys get the better strength or do whatever the fuck you need to do, if I see one raised blade towards anyone, that includes them out there, the Talons, well, then that hospitality and that friendship I've extended as a child of Gaia ends. Because this is my area.
You'll see no raised blade from me.
Well, that's all I need. He stands up, cracks his neck, looks over at Rustin. He's fine. Just a bit of wounded pride. Hell, he'll need it.
He'll live with it.
He just walks towards the door, picks up his rifle again. If you're looking for people, start by the river.
I'll find them.
Yeah. I'm sure you will. For now, you just find your people and cause as little bloodshed as I can, or I will hear about it.
Like I said, I'm not drawing any blades.
We'll see. He just opens the door, the cabin, and starts walking out into the wilderness. As Rustin finally wakes up, as his jaw is like, ah.
How long was that?
About 5 minutes. All right. I'll be ready for a walk.
Race you to the finish line.
You don't know where we're going. And she starts to gently pull herself up.
I hope it's exciting. Tim? Tim?
1 sec. Oh, back. Sorry. Give me the feed again, Raz.
What?
What did you say?
I don't know.
You don't know.
What time is called?
But she picks herself up, starts walking towards the door. Yeah, like kind of the half limp in one of her in the leg that still hasn't fully healed properly.
Yeah. Rustin follows with a trombone. Meh, 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 meh.
All right. Dean's dead. What else did you have with you, David?
Yeah, indeed.
David, Dean, Alice, Charlotte. Well, that thing. Oh, Jesus. Let's go find ourselves a Redmond. And she starts walking out.
As does Rustin.
You see the big hairy fella kind of wandering through the woods with a rifle over his shoulder as he's falling down the tree line.
Jill starts just kind of following him, seeing where he's going first.
Eventually, he'll notice you guys following him. He'll stop and turn.
She carries on walking a bit. Kind of just gets him as he's just stopped there staring at her.
Yeah, pretty much.
He never mentioned your name.
Shakes his head. John McCarthy, known to the nation as Unicorn's warden, Adrian O'Roon, the Children of Gaia.
She nods. Juno Trimminson. And to the nation is the blood call. Get of Fenris, Foster, and Ragabash, Ahmed.
Fucking Trimminson. No wonder shit is so fucked already.
What's left of her anyway?
Alright then, now that I know you're a Trimminson, I'm gonna make this doubly simple. You act at all like that alpha up in Woolsmore, I'll skin you alive.
We're closely related.
I don't care.
But I don't act like her.
Good.
I told you, I'm not raising my blade.
Walks up. You can tell me all you want. But until I see you not doing it, I don't give a damn what you say. Because I know where you're from. And I know that look in your eye.
Noted, Raya.
Good. And you, Shadow Lord, name.
Rustin Cormac. Galliard, Cleeth.
Good. Same rule goes for you. And that Shadow Lord shit up here. I find out that you're spreading words to turn people against each other for your own needs. You get the same treatment as her.
Loud and clear. Raya.
All the fucking days. He just started to walk into the woods again.
Where are you going?
To sort out your mess. That's where I'm going. I'm going to see that the Red Talons actually manage. I'm gonna go find the fucking Black Furies he's walking. I'm gonna see if the Black Furies are still kicking around. And get some fucking answers. He's walking.
I'm gonna go start finding people then.
Look over his shoulder. Finding. One's already dead. Didn't see any tracks leading any other ways. And you don't want to go looking for the Wendigo. Especially you, Trimminson.
So what do you propose then, Raya?
Sure, you want to find your friends? You want to find your friends? I already said about you anyway and what you're doing. Or perhaps you could go find out about these kin carcasses that were left out in the woods like some game. If you're so intent on fixing things around here as he's walking. It's further down south by the big waterfall. You'll smell him.
She doesn't say anything. She just lets him walk off. And I watched him for a few, with her good eye for a little bit. She's turned and starts walking towards the south. Come on, Rustin. With his bodies, there's something. Good
Yeah,
place to
usually
start.
trouble.
Well, usually.
And he positions himself on her damaged side.
Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la.
So that he can keep an eye on the peripheral vision on that end.
Yeah, she'll start walking south.
So as you guys start making your way south, it's a long trek. As you eventually start making your way down, what you find along the bodies, Juno, maybe this is why he was so angry. That's the Get of Fenris glyph. You see the wolves have been stacked, skinned, and splayed. Hides missing. One of them, anyway.
And how many?
It's the glyph for revenge. The Get of Fenris symbol glyph. Sorry, I fucked that up. It's the glyph for revenge. Blah. It's way too early. But it's the glyph for revenge. But you would recognize it though.
Totally.
You've seen it painted around. Like you've seen the likes of like Maria do this, and even some of the people back on the Heartsfire do it too.
She kind of walks between them, examines the glyph, kind of bends down, still not used to the kind of orientation she's at the minute. Takes a closer look and has to turn her head fully to look at Rustin. Definitely Fenrir.
You know what it says?
Revenge.
Pretty strong motive.
Very strong motive. Especially considering what's gone on up here.
Think it could be our guys.
Could be. Could be someone. Could be anyone.
Well, whoever it is, your try.
Either that or just know the fucking language.
Okay.
Stand up, looking around too. And like said, Torna,
Mm-hmm.
I don't have it in front of me right now. What is going to activate? I believe, if memory is correct, I just need to know what a person looks like for Pulse of the Prey.
Who are you activating it on?
Alice.
Oh boy. So you guys start getting a beep.
Is it close?
Ways away.
Oh. At least someone's hopefully moving.
And what's weird, Juno? Umbral side.
Umbral side.
Mm-hmm. Because Pulse of the Prey works really differently when the target's Gothium, but it's almost fainter.
Definitely still moving. Not surprised. Alice, she got out somehow. She went down the street, as far as I know, but that's the last thing I saw. Just washed her out miles away.
At least some good news. Okay, so
And
if it
Juno,
wasn't
what causes a shiver down your spine? You hear do 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 stops.
Like losing the connection.
Just goes silent. Stops.
Shit.
what?
It's quiet. It's too quiet. It's way too quiet.
Do you try to reactivate it?
You gotta try it.
Silence.
Shit. And is there any kind of focusing back on the situation at the moment? Is there any obvious tracks around here then?
There looks to be like a fight, like wolves, but the thing is they're all in wolves, like wolf prints. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just kind of like there's signs of a fight. That's about it. All right. Anything I can roll?
You can roll investigation to see where the tracks begin to lead.
I would like to, for
Or
sure.
Or if
Or if
yeah, roll me perception investigation if you're trying to make sense of the headway. That's what's happened, really.
yep, that's the plan. Perception, investigation. She's pretty good at this. 3 at diff 6.
1, because there was a couple of events that happened in the scene. So to get the tracks that are kind of leading out, it was a higher diff. So 1 success. You do eventually find tracks leading out, bloodied, but you do, from what you can glean, there was a big fight going on here. Big one. But there's a set of paw prints heading off and towards the north.
Towards the north.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, and should have start following them.
You start following them. You come up towards a river. A big one. And that's right where the tracks end. You just like stop. Rustin follows along. You walk for about 20 minutes. You stop right at the end of a river.
Okay.
Is it frozen over or is it running?
Running rapid.
Oh. Whatever killed all them and skinned them. Either took a swim, followed it downstream, or got across.
We could follow the stream down until we find somewhere to cross.
Head further into Talon territory.
think all of this is Talon territory.
They gave fair warning. They see us again, they kill us. I think that's escalated slightly. So it's worth a risk.
Yes.
If you want to go back to Sept, Rustin, I'm not making you stay here.
You know, I've been to 7 funerals so far. I'd like to try to avoid going to any more.
You should know after 7 that's not going to happen. She starts walking down the river.
You walk down the river, eh? Oh boy.
Not into it, just kind of like walking down the river bank.
Oh, I know, but I gotta. Oh dear. Okay. So you start hauling your way down the river. Rustin, give me a perception alertness.
Yeah?
Rustin, yeah, you. Perception alertness.
Yep. You know. 1 success.
Okay. Juno, give me perception alertness. Remember your eyes as well.
I remember my eye. It's not there anymore. So what does that mean? Mechanically speaking.
You're a +2 diff. See.
+2 diff.
Yeah. Nah, you don't see shit. Goddamn eye. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Juno, the fact that what's happening is the raw nerve, the phantom movement of your eye. You're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just still kind of rubbing the side of her temple. Kind of twitching a little bit, like kind of wrapping the knuckles every so often. But yeah, no, way out of it.
Rustin.
Yep.
It's at that moment when you literally feel just something not catch the back of your neck, but almost as if you just feel like a prick. A blade just touched the back of your neck as you just hear this whisper in your ear going, "Move, and I'll open you balls to belly."
Raises his hands.
Juno,
Mm-hmm.
from your bad side, you just hear a voice going, "I wouldn't do that, Fenrir."
Just stops.
And from your good side, Juno, you see this woman like with a bow raised in a tree. Like she's literally covered in snow at this point. You barely you're like, how the fuck did I not see her? You know what I mean?
Yep, just stands there. Kind of holds her arms out to the side, just like so they can see her hands.
The woman beside Rustin speaks in this snarling voice. Why is a Shadow Lord near my camp?
Looking for survivors.
Survivors.
survivors from our sept.
This woman walks up to Juno, like inspects her. She's carrying what looks to be a large twin-headed axe, essentially. She's walking up. You do see the haft of the spear that she has planted down in the ground as well.
Yeah, she just keeps her arms out to the side, doesn't really do anything. Just kind of clicks onto her as she comes up into actually comes into vision.
Sniffs you. Layla, that's Fenrir. Just hear the snarl. You know, you hear the woman behind you. You assume that's what's behind you with Rustin. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, she just hears the snarl.
Yeah. This woman then comes out, still with the bow raised, like trained right at Juno's like eye socket, essentially. Rustin can see it. Juno can see she's got the bow aimed right at your skull.
Yeah, that stands there, arms out.
What's a Fenrir doing near our camp?
Trying to figure out what happened with those kin.
Those kin. Which ones?
All of them.
I see. The ones you murdered then.
No.
Oh, but that's conveniently forgotten.
I haven't murdered any kin.
Your people have.
You hold me accountable for the crimes of my people.
I hold you accountable for everything, Fenrir. She snarls, like her eyes brimming with fury. You and the change you take over this land. I hold you accountable. And you bring a Shadow Lord in your keep. She spits on the ground. So what do you guys say anything? What do you guys do? How are you guys feeling?
Juno, for all intents and purposes, is very, very still. It's kind of like the arms out, so they could no funny business on the hands kind of thing. But they'll obviously there's the slight tremor in her hands, partially for the nerve damage still racking through her system, halfway through the fucking craving for the fucking nicotine at this point. Another part of it, she is abjectly terrified. But if she knows well enough that these are either Wendigo or Fury. She hasn't drawn breath properly yet to find out which. So either way, if she shows that there's full fear that this is not going to end well, just keep calm, and hopefully they'll live.
Okay, Rustin. What are you doing then? As Juno is trying to basically put on the brave front, what are you doing?
Fuck frenzy.
I mean, for both of you, you can take rage through fear if you feel your character's that genuinely terrified.
Rustin is actually a bit annoyed.
Oh really? Oh really?
If you want to know his feelings, yes, because there has just been one after another of a series of truly unfortunate events. But he is holding still.
How annoyed are you feeling there, buddy? Mr. Rage 4. Because Juno could feasibly take rage because the rage would have left her system after all that. and she would be only on 3. She'd be feeling the fear, but how are you
If I
feeling?
take,
If you take rage from anger, you got to roll it, man. But you can't spend willpower though to resist the urge to frenzy.
well, I mean, I'll leave it up. If you want me to take a rage, I'll be on 4 rage then, because I spent 1 on the transformation.
Okay, so you got to roll it then. Once you hit 4, you roll. But you can spend willpower after the fact to get rid of the frenzy.
I'll do that because I
But
slept.
roll your rage first.
That's
Okay, you don't frenzy, but oh boy, you know you're feeling it. Anger.
yeah.
So what? How do you react? Because you feel that white hot anger kind of surge up your system. You're not frenzying, but oh boy, are you annoyed.
Let's see. Let me just double check here. There's not much he can do from his vantage point, at least in terms of physicality. So instead, he'll just simply ask, and so what? What's the plan here?
The plan.
Well, from where I'm standing, it's pretty obvious. And if you wanted us dead, we would not be talking.
Perhaps I wanted to know why a Shadow Lord thinks he can walk in my domain. She'll turn Rustin around very slowly. She's covered in blood. Covered.
Does it look like it's hers?
No.
No.
And she has this weird sword cut along, starting from the top part of her lip that covers her cheek, and then the lower part as well.
Just following the trail.
Trail. What trail would that be, Shadow Lord? Are you the one? She proceeds to push Rustin, pushing the blade. Like a little bit of nick of flesh happens, not to do damage.
Yeah.
You're the one that's been snooping around. Thinking.
We came. No, go ahead.
Or are you the one that was responsible for our sister's disappearance? Was it you, Shadow Lord?
No. We just came out to look for survivors from our group and anybody else's.
This one will walk in between the other two, who have essentially got Juno and Rustin cornered. She'll just say very calmly, the calmest out of the three, but you do detect that unbridled fury in her voice. They are not the ones that took our sister. They reek of fear. But they are in our campsite. Our other sister mentioned that she was from Heart's Fire. Are you from there? Answer me quickly before I let my packmates do their work.
Yes. Did you meet Melanthe?
We met our sister and granted her aid, for she is our sister.
I traveled with her up here.
That does not give you the same right as friendship or hospitality.
I did not claim it.
Good. You bring a Shadow Lord with you, you do not earn the right.
Then what will you do with us?
Gives a judging look. You hear Layla say, Lyra, we should kill them. You hear Callipay, and you'll hear this one. If they know Melanthe, they are the one she's looking for. But they are Fenrir, Shadow Lord. Either way, the blood will flow. This one will take her time, think, process, analyze, study. They do not come looking for combat, they are shaking. And this one, she points right at Rustin, has not given us provocation to teach him his place. The wild will decide their fates. Your friends are not here. Our sister has traveled from this place a while ago in search of what is assumably you. She went east.
How long ago?
Long. If you follow the route, if you don't follow the river, maybe you'll find her, maybe not.
And it is east we will go.
Yes. This woman kind of turns and just walks off very coldly. The woman who's in front of Juno puts the axe back down, puts it at her side, and hefts up the spear. This one just whispers into Rustin's ear, I see you again. Shadow Lord. I'll open you both to belly. She releases the knife that leaves a small little prick at the side of Rustin's cheek again. The woman turns back. You have been granted permission to leave. If you do not, then we will hunt you, and we will kill you. We do not care that you are a fellow Gaiangaru. You are bringers of chains. And we, as daughters of Pegasus, and the children of Itsume, are to live. But you are friends of our sister. That grants you one mercy. Choose it wisely. And leave.
Junior will just start stepping backwards. Slowly. Very slowly.
Meanwhile, Rustin charges.
Rustin
Forward.
frontal charges.
Yeah, Juno, of course.
His gut punches the chick. Or he also retracts.
Slowly back away until they stop staring. Then turn.
Oh, they don't stop staring. They're just watching you. Do you know what I mean? The entire way.
Just backing up, back it up, right into the tree line. Keep backing. Okay, they can't see us. Turn around. Walk.
How are you guys feeling after that?
Juno just kind of comes into the clearing and just bends over, holding on to her, kind of resting on her knees, and just, oh shit.
You agree not to tell anybody about that.
About what?
No idea what you're talking about.
Funny. There's no tracks leading from these bodies. I just guess we'll have to go the other way, see if we can find somebody that way. Whew. Fuck.
Oh, is this Fubar? That is fucking Fubar.
What? What's a football?
Fucked up beyond all recognition.
Huh. That makes sense. Yeah, this is Fubard.
Yep.
Right. East, move. Quick.
And he moves quick east.
It's kind of like, yep, let's. Nothing to see.
And Lord of the Rings theme starts playing as overhead tracking shots of the running Juno and Rustin.
So as you guys begin to head east, we cut over to another scene where two people enter the Temple of the Dreadwolf as all light goes away, as pain and insanity meet the fury. This is where the scene will end.